confidence. Okay, they stopped us once. That's all right. Let's keep moving it. Make them do it again.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. This one complete to Devontae Freeman. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. They'll run on first down. Freeman trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. Throwing on 2nd down. Ryan. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And a potential turning point as they'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half.
The Packers take over 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
319. Hey, watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Go to 50. Hey, you block over here.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining.
Intended for Jake Kumaro. Incomplete. It's 2nd down and 10.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
You gonna see me in your nightmares, son. You gonna see me in your nightmares. Mike spot now. Inside. I'm coming.
Here's Rodgers. Gonna throw again. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. So we're at halftime with our score 7-6 in a tough-fought first half. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Falcons back to receive. They've got the lead, and they'll get this football as the second half gets underway. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10.
Hey, 88. 45, Mike, 45. Blue Dan.
Rodgers now on first down. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Well, with that incompletion, Charles, let's talk about the coaching carousel. Some new guys in new places. Ron Rivera to Washington. We got Mike McCarthy in Dallas. Matt Rule up from the college ranks to Carolina. And for the Giants, Joe Judge. Any surprises in your mind?
Well, I think you start with Joe Judge going to the Giants, coming from New England, where he was the special teams coach for most of his career. And this season added wide receivers to his duties. Well regarded within the ranks of the NFL. Not much known about him to the outside world. It's kind of a reveal to everyone. Joe Judge, people will now get to know who he is, because most people thought Matt Rule was going to go to New York. He ends up in Carolina. And then, of course, Ron Rivera, he would have been a candidate for Dallas. He would have been a candidate for...
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Aaron Jones, 54 yards, and the Packers have taken the lead. So now Rodgers will lead the Packers up to go for 2.
Mike, 45. Watch the screen. Pass. Check 45 to Mike. Check 45 to Mike. Got to do better. Come on, get it, Mike. Slam. 45 to Mike. Bravo. Let's go, defense.
To throw is Rodgers. And that is caught for the 2 points. So they go with a pass there on the 2-point try and able to convert it, Charles.
And a good job by the offense figuring out their 2-point play and using it well. It's interesting how people are using the strategy nowadays, though, isn't it?
It really is, and I don't know how much that particular play factored in, but with the PAT moving back in 15-16, that kind of changed things, didn't it?
It's really a part of everyone's strategy now. When I talk with coaches and when we sit with them, they always talk about they actually have 2-point periods in practice now, something they never really did before.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. On 3rd down, Devontae Freeman. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a 4th down.
It's now 4th down.
And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. Here we go on 4th down with Ryan. He completes it to Jones. 20, 10, touchdown, Falcons. Julio Jones, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. That certainly went against the traditional ways of playing football, but who cares? Look at the result. Big touchdown.
They went for it on their own side of the 50. So there's conservative, there's aggressive, and there's really aggressive, which is what we just saw there. Tip of the cap to them.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
At their own 17-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Throwing is Rodgers. He'll get this off to Jamal Williams. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and that'll make this a 2nd down.
At the 18-yard line.
Hey, Alpha.
Rodgers gives this to Jamal Williams. A gain of 2 there on the heels of a 1-yard pickup on 1st.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. And that's complete to Adams. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
Now, that's going to be a tough one to explain when they get together and watch the game film, isn't it? I mean, they had the right call, had the out route. He's got to know where the first down sticks are, yet he steps out of bounds that close. Not their best play.
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard.
Jump out. Hey, foxtrot, foxtrot.
Here we go on 4th down with Rodgers. Open man is Allison, complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert.
Well, it all came together on that one, didn't it?
Big-time throw on 4th.
Now that had to feel good, didn't it? Taking that type of a gamble there and making it pay off. What a throw.
And tough as a receiver because no matter how perfect the pass, you know it's 4th down and you got to convert.
A little bit of extra pressure, but he overcame it.
14 yards, good for a Packer first down.
General West.
First down.
Hey,
First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
On first down, Rodgers. And Graham's got it, complete. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first. Rodgers now perfect since the second half started, 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10.
Go, go. Check 25, check 25. Six guy, check 6 guy. Hey, check 26.
Rodgers to throw once more. Open here is Allison. That's complete. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. 23 yards on the play. They'll try and run. This is Williams. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and that'll make it 2nd and goal. Now it's Rodgers. And it's caught. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And they are able to break the tie and move out in front here in this 4th quarter. Extra point try now for Crosby. And he atones for his miss the first time around as this one is up and good to extend their lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Here we go. Here we go. At their own 19-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense getting the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
Ryan now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. They run. Devontae Freeman. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. Vanderbilt's own Oren Burks had the tackle defensively.
At the 31-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Now Freeman, he's been busy today. 8 yards on the ground there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 2. This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play in this football game. Here's Freeman. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. They have the first down with that gain of 4 yards. On first down, it's Freeman. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On second down now, it's Freeman. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Devontae Freeman, 57 yards. As they can now tie the game with the extra point here in the final 2 minutes. Well, the hard part's done. Now they just need to split the post, tie it up, but then their defense is going to have to hold up to send it to overtime.
Yeah, no matter what. I know there's an inclination in it when you have momentum to go for 2 here, but if you miss it, you don't give your defense a chance at all.
Plus, it's been a good game. I want to see overtime. I'm selfish.
You obviously don't have a flight to catch.
Tomorrow.
At their own 25-yard line.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that, they had a great air attack going. Did they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
I got one. Check 45 to Mike. Check.
Now Rodgers. It's caught here by Adams. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 22 yards there, a first down. Rodgers to throw. And he finds his tight end, Graham. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. It's a gain of 16 and a first down for the green and gold. Back to throw, Rodgers. That's complete to Williams out of the backfield.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
I got you. Hey, 88. Let's see. Yeah, Liz. Hey, seam 6.
To throw is Rodgers. Got a man, that's Allison. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well, great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Mike spot 9.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. He's got the first down inside the 10 and all the way down to the 5. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds remaining. A game-winning field goal would be a chip shot from here. Let's see how they play it on 1st and goal.
Hey, Echo. Crunch.
On the counter, here's Williams. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And that'll bring up a 2nd and goal.
Easy. 26. Bang. Slam. Kill. Turn up. Kill. Turn up. Watch twist.
Williams will try again. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. They've been stuffed twice here for losses. Now it's 3rd and goal. Here's Jones. Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Falcons say they have it. They do.
I think we just saw an example of a game situation that I know is discussed, practiced to the nth degree, go right out the window, and a chance to win the game as well.
Yeah, protect the football. On the other side, you're taught to get in there and rake it out. They did just that.
I mean, they go over this starting in OTAs and mini camps. You go through these situations, and that's the way a lot of teams like to end practice. Finish it off with this type of a drive, kick the game-winning field goal. Everyone feels good and heads to the locker room. In this case, though, they're not going to feel so great about it.
Falcons going to use their third and final timeout as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock.
Ready, 25. 50. Exit.
Here's Ryan. Jones has it. A gain of 6 there on first. So 4 quarters wasn't enough, and we are off to overtime. Don't change that dime. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. They're set for their first drive here in overtime. And this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. First throw in overtime now for Ryan. It's caught. Jones. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. So he hooked up with a veteran there, and in overtime, that's not a bad idea. Go with the age and the experience.
Yeah, because sometimes the young guys, they give you the fresh legs and give you all that bounce. But in this type of a situation, sometimes those legs slow down a little bit as the enormity of the moment overwhelms them. The veteran guys, they tend to come through.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 14 yards there on a Falcon first down. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 38. This is Freeman. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
On 2nd down, it's Freeman fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. Only a gain of a couple there. That leaves him needing about 7 here on 3rd down. Ryan. Complete to Jones. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 17-yard line. Charles, you get into these overtime situations, that's not a bad guy to dial into.
Well, when you have to have plays, especially in a spot as you just described, we're in OT, you've got to go to the guys you can trust and you know are going to make the plays. Well, they say, it's not the X's and the O's, it's the Jimmies and the Joes.
Ryan now 13 out of 17 throwing the ball. He's got a first down. Now it's Freeman. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He's had some big runs in this game. Not there, though.
But I don't think they're going to be deterred by that play right there. He's had some nice runs in the game. And how many times have we seen a good running back get stopped, yet turn it into something big on a later carry? I'd stay with him.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
And his kick is right there. It's good, and they have regained the lead. They're able to put 3 on the board here on the opening drive of OT, and now up to their defense to try and see if they can hold this one.
I like how you framed it up because obviously this game is not over, right? They go down and kick a field goal, then we head to sudden death. But if the defense can hold, take the ball away, turn it over on downs, this game's over.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. The field goal would push it to sudden death. We just saw the field goal on the other end, but I don't think they are thinking field goal. At least not to start this drive. They're not thinking field goal.
Not at all, because your point is well taken. Yeah, kick the field goal, you push it to sudden death, but you're also kicking off and giving the other team the ball with a chance to kick a field goal and beat you. Get the touchdown, finish the game off. That has to be the mindset.
It's a gain of 16 and a first down for the green and gold. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Over. Kill. Hey, check 26. Big dash. Small. Hey, check Mike 45. Check Mike 45.
Here we go, D. Here I come again.
From the gun, it's Rodgers. Gonna throw right side here, complete. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run. And that last reception puts him over 150 yards now on the game, Charles.
And now it's not just execution. It's not just performance. It's a mental aspect that's going on. Because right now, he has got the defense so much on their heels, got them looking at each other. Who's going to cover this guy, and what type of coverage can we put out there to try and slow him down?
50. Hey, you watch me again.
Rodgers now on first down. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. Now another timeout called for by the offense. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime.
Check 41st.
Hey, let's get them home.
Check 31. Check 31. Slap.
Go to 50. Hey, you watch over here. Inside. Hey, Haywood.
45 to Mike.
Come on, D.
45, Mike, 45.
Into the red zone, it's Rodgers. He goes right back to Adams. That's complete. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Looking to throw again on second down. Rodgers. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. It'll be their 2nd and final timeout, remember, here in overtime. We'll be back. Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long.
45's the Mike.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. Oh, it's intercepted. That'll seal it. Picked off down at the 2. Well, we thought this game would be a good one. It did not disappoint into overtime, and it took the field goal to win it.
And we always pay lip service to how important it is to play defense. And usually we focus on the big offensive pyrotechnics, right? But in this case, they got the ball back on defense, gave themselves a chance, and they capitalized on it with a victory.
And I don't care what distance that field goes from in overtime. The knees are always knocking, but he pushed it through.
Not only that, think about your snapper, your holder. A lot of nerves for them, too, because they have to do their job in order to give him one last chance to put a foot to it.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say so long, everyone, from Lambeau.
Y'all already know what time it is, huh?